Good morning, grade 6, and welcome back to KIS Online. This is our last part for this week's lesson. This is our Unit 5, Week 3, Lesson 3. Unit 5's title, The Greatest Inventions. On our first video, we had our reading, The History of the Pen. On our second video is also reading about the pencil and how pencils are made. And now this is our words. We will learn words from our lesson 1 reading. If you haven't watched our lesson 1 and lesson 2, please do watch Unit 5, Week 3, Part 1 and Unit 5, Week 3, Part 2 before watching this Unit 5, Week 3, Part 3. Again, I welcome you to Unit 5, Week 3, Part 3. This was our lesson for our Part 1. Remember? And here are the words that we will discuss on this video. Take note of these words that are underlined. We have sharp, sharp, clay, clay, hollow, hollow, nib, nib, ink, ink, reservoir, reservoir, rotated, rotated, and lastly, cartridge, cartridge. We've got sharp, clay, hollow, nib, ink, reservoir, rotated, and cartridge. Now let's go to our words. So we have here 8 definitions. 1 is given. You can use your workbook in answering this part. Open your workbook on page 128 until 135. Look for those words and match the definitions. Example from our words from our reading, the word cartridge for number 1. And the meaning is a noun. It's a noun, a container that holds things like ink for printing or films for a camera. Cartridge. That's for number 1. Now you can pause this video and take a look, open your workbook and look for the meaning of these words from the dictionary. It's on pages 128 to 135. You can pause this video. All right, here are our answers. For number 2, what's your answer? Clay. Heavy earth that is soft when wet and becomes hard when baked. Clay. Number 3, rotate. To go around and around. Rotate. Number 4, hollow. With a hole or empty space inside. Hollow. Number 5, nib. The point at the end of a pen that you write with. Nib. Number 6, sharp. With an edge or point that cuts or makes holes easily. Sharp. Number 7, ink. It's a colored liquid that is used for writing or drawing. And last number, reservoir. It's a place where liquids are stored. All right. So every correct answer give 2 points. Every wrong answer give 1 point. Therefore, our perfect score for this is 14 out of 14. Now let's proceed with our listening part. So listen to the speakers and you will identify what letter are they talking about. There are 4 speakers and then there are 4 topics. It's letter A, letter B, letter C, and letter D. Letter D is given, so it's in match 1. Speaker 1. So that's the answer, letter D. So no need to use letter D. So you just have to choose between A, B, and C. But before you can answer, listen first for this audio.
Listening 46. Listen to the children. Which 4 inventions do they talk about?
I think the most important invention is the telephone. Before the telephone, people had to travel to speak to each other, or they had to write a letter. But now, we can just pick up the phone and speak to our friends and family, even if they live far away.
I think that the aeroplane is the most important invention because you can travel so quickly. You can fly to the other side of the world and see really amazing places that people couldn't see before. You can understand how different people live and see so many amazing things.
I think paper is the most important invention. Before paper, people wrote messages into stone. The stones were very heavy to carry. Paper was much better. And we know a lot about things that happened in history because they were written on paper. That's really important.
I think the computer is definitely the most important invention. You can find information on the internet really quickly. You can write things on it and save and change your information. It has completely changed the way people do things in offices and in schools. I do lots of my homework on the computer now.
All right. That's the end of our audio. And now you will answer speaker 2, speaker 3, and speaker 4. You can write your answers and then we will check. Just put the letter of the correct answer inside the box. For speaker 1, the answer is letter D. It lets you contact your friends and family easily. What is that? The telephone. Okay, speaker 2, what's your answer? Letter C. It lets you see different and interesting places. What is that? Airplane. Speaker 1, it's all about telephone. Speaker 2, it talks about an airplane. Speaker 3, what's your answer? It's letter B. It has helped us learn about history. And it talks about paper. And for last speaker, the answer is letter A. It's all about the computer. All right. So this time, I'll give 5 points here, 5 points here, and 5 points here. Okay. For number 1, you've got 14 over 14. Let's take a look. 14 out of 14. And for listening part, we've got 15 over 14. For a total score of 29 out of 29. So again, count the number of correct. It's 2 points each, and every wrong answer give 1 point. Perfect score for this part, 29 out of 29. How many points have you got? Don't forget to post your name with your score on our grade 6 English online group. Don't forget to post your name with your score on our grade 6 English online group. And that's it for this week. And see you next week for our last week of Unit 5. Thank you for joining for this week's classes, and see you next time for our new lesson videos. God bless everyone and be safe. Bye-bye.